And I think it's time, and thank you for sharing that, by the way. I think it's time to kind of just recollect. I think it's time to kind of heal, come together,
Absolutely.
physically and mentally. I think it's just time to stop going left, stop going right, and having that mentality and just come together as a country.
To
Regardless of what your visions or your views of politics is, I think as a country we need to stand together and we need to help our neighbor. We need to have compassion and love for one another, but most importantly, understanding.
I think we need to listen to each other. People have stopped listening to each other. And again, you don't have to agree,
Yeah.
but you need to listen because we all want the same things.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about going back to the story of Mr. La-Garde, to think about how he invested to communicate across the world,
Yes.
and we don't even want to communicate with our neighbor, and how times have changed. Like, is that the neighbor driving, pulling in the driveway? Close the blinds. Close the blinds.
Yeah.
Is that Susan at Market Basket? No way. No way. But, all jokes aside, I think we just need to heal. We just need, and it goes back to communication.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I think that it's tomorrow starts a day of new hope, a day of healing, and new beginnings.
And, and radio can do that
Yeah, absolutely.
because it's listening.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you have to say to, because I mean we are in a radio station that kind of has both sides to it. What do you say to somebody that's listening to us right now and going, well, they're Trump supporters, and they're like, well, Biden, he's gonna mess everything up. What would you say to those individuals?
Well, first of all, I would want to say, what is it about Trump that you liked?
Yeah.
And what are you looking for in a president?
Right.
So yeah, I think we need to understand Trump supporters. 73 million people voted for that man, and
It's half the country.
they have needs, and we have. Biden needs to listen to those people,
Right.
listens to what their needs are, because they're legitimate needs, and somehow they thought that President Trump could meet those needs.
Right.
And so if we can understand those, then together we can help Trump supporters.
Yeah. Each other.
We can help each other.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing that I get frustrated with in today's society. I even look at it with my son. If somebody is not pro-environment,
Right.
then he not that he doesn't like you, but he doesn't want to talk to you. And I feel like talk to that person, find out why they think that way,
Yeah.
and then how can we change? How can
Right.
we, find mutual ground?
Yeah.
And I think, to add to that too, running my short campaign, but also talking to people in my neck of the woods, which are, very conservative areas. And I actually have some really good friends, people who I highly respect, who see things differently than me. But it's so interesting to sit down with what I seem to be the few
Right.
who can have a discussion when we don't see eye to eye, and we still walk away like, I really like that guy,
Yeah.
So to me, that I love
Yeah.
doing. I think it makes everyone stronger and better if you can, if I say, here's a problem I see, here's a solution I propose, and then he says, the solution doesn't work very well, the constructive criticism makes everything better.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate that. The other thing that comes to mind, excuse me, as you were talking is, you do get, the other day as an example, I posted on a local Facebook group in my area that I've submitted a couple warrant articles for, and someone instantly saw that I was on the blue ticket and, just started saying I'm, terrible person and
Yeah.
don't support, and, not even knowing who I was. I mean,
Right.
I'm sitting here like, hey, I'm a gun owner, I have a lot of respectable Republican friends who make good points. I'm fiscally responsible. So I see a lot of things that you see. I like the environment. I say, if you just took 2 seconds to ask me, I'm happy to chat with you. And I think you may realize that we're on more of the same wavelength than you may have thought. So to me, that I think that's a tough barrier to break down. I mean, there's some on both sides, but we definitely need to, like my mom said, kind of listen to each other. And we're really not that far away, to be honest. If we actually see what the problems that we all see. We all see the same problems. We just differ on how to solve them. And together, if we combine our ideas, we may come up with a better solution for all.
Hey guys, like what you heard? Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Subscribe.